One is that everything is happen anytime is happen something in America. Everybody go together. We fight back, and the America will be stronger and stronger and stronger.
Mhm. I will say I am oddly more proud to be an American now than I was 5 years ago, and I think the biggest change is that I'm able to recognize that each nation carries with it a certain carries with it or not carries with it, but more like each nation sort of imparts an identity on all of their individuals that are in some way flawed and a set of values that are in some way flawed. So, every time you read a story about, like, let's say every time you read a story about Sweden and how their prison their prison intake is so low and their recidivism rates are lower than any other nation in the world, you think, okay, well, yes, but you have a unique you have a unique population, right? And you have a unique set of challenges. We face one in the United States where immigration rates are so high. Our education process is different, and the value of education that families place on it is so. The value that families place on education differs so drastically from family to family that I don't think you could look at Sweden and say, oh, of course, why doesn't the United States just follow their model? Well, we have a unique set of circumstances, right? And something like, we look at France and we say, oh, they're so sophisticated, they're so European, they spend an inordinate amount of time, in my opinion, during the week buying groceries for the most part, because that's, for a lot of them, that's part of their lifestyle, and that doesn't appeal to me at all. I prefer the convenience of going down to the grocery store. And their unemployment rates are incredibly high, and their performance from government employees are incredibly low. The fonctionnaire is one of my favorite terms. It's the person who clocks in at 9, clocks out at 5, closes their window at the DMV if you're the last person there at 5:01, right? So what I'm kind of getting at is, like, I'm taking a much more relative view of like a good country, good citizen, good values, and what those actually mean. And I am able to say, like, yeah, I'm proud to be American because anybody who's not, I think, should probably pretty carefully think about where they are, and if they're actually, I think if you're not proud to be an American and you're living in the United States, what I would have to ask is, what choices are you making to improve your community, to improve your state, to improve your nation? What are you actually doing to improve that? And the second would be, if you're not proud to be American, you look around at other nations and see through the article that you read on Reddit and realize that things aren't perfect in these other nations, and that if things do seem to be ideal, look at why they are, and not necessarily view the world as 200 plus nations where everything is better than the United States because we for whatever reason you think that we're not a fantastic country.
I think I see a lot of chaos in American politics right now. I believe our leaders are supposed to be more responsible, and they are not. They have to listen what the public wants, the people wants, and there are a lot of polarization of regional politics here, and basically polarization on the religion, and the way people what people believe, what people act. So I think I do see here that the standard of politics is going down, which is not a good sign. I think in a global world, we have to play very more responsible politics inside the country, because whatever we do here, it impacts the whole world, because we are the financial hub of the world. So I request my leaders that they should come together, they think about the country, not think about them first, and the politics, yeah.
Are you proud to be an American?
I'm very proud to be a citizen of the United States, and but perhaps for different reasons than some people might have. National loyalty for some people is based upon blind loyalty to their origins, I'm an American. America can do no wrong. I'm not one of those people. I think America is a beautiful place. The United States is gorgeous. We've got the Grand Canyon. We've got the Rockies. We've got the Eastern Seaboard. We've got the Florida beaches. It's a geographic wonder, and it's huge, and it's full of resources, and it's lovely. But that isn't what makes me proud of it. That isn't what makes me happy. What makes me proud, what makes me happy, is the underlying principles from which we govern ourselves. I am a firm believer in the Bill of Rights, the constitutional structures that protect individuals and individual liberties. And it's that regard for individual liberties that makes it special for me. There are other beautiful places. Canada's a beautiful place. Australia's a beautiful place. Why am I not a Canadian? Why am I not an Australian? Why am I not some other gorgeous place? If you've been to Switzerland, the Alps are lovely. But those places don't have quite the same tradition we do. They're not exactly totalitarian. There are totalitarian places. But there's something really, really special about living in a country that has something like the Bill of Rights. And I notice every time I cross an international border, I'm aware of that. I realize, I'm in El Paso, I step across the line into Juarez, and I think, I just left the Bill of Rights behind. I actually think that every time I go somewhere else. I've just left the Bill of Rights behind. And that's an important thing for me to be aware of that. Having those founding principles that have such vibrancy still today after a couple hundred years is, I think, that's what it means to me to be American, is to cling to those things, value those things, and that's what distinguishes the United States from other places. It's a matter of the principles that guide us rather than the geography of where we happen to be.
In conclusion, whatever one event led to another event, so whatever happens, and then the another events happen like Vietnam War or 9/11, it makes America more stronger. Every time something bad happens, the people come out as more strong and powerful and united, and that's what I think.